Google was told to give developers, but Google. Should I just start the whole thing? Yeah. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Now we know in-game currency, the currency you use within a game to buy other currencies or to give you a leg up in the game or speed things up or it can be so versatile. But you use real money to purchase this game. It's always the slowest collecting currency, but you can use real world money to purchase this in-game currency money. And anyone who knows that any transaction that is going to happen on mobile, let's say you're paying for something or again purchasing in-game currency, it has to go through Apple Pay or Google Pay. When you pay for that service, Google takes 30% of the transaction amount and then sends the 70 to the developer. So when Epic released on mobile, they were working very well, it was popular, but when they realized that 30% is going towards Google and Apple, they were like, nah, we're not having that. So in August of 2020, they patched up their game and then they made sure that when a customer is buying V-Bucks, that's their in-game currency, it goes straight to Epic. No in-betweens, no nothing. So they have bypassed Google Pay. Google and Apple did not like this. So what they did is they banned Epic, removed Fortnite off their stores, and I think Apple went ahead and really banned it. I think both of them did, I'm not sure. But Epic was ready and it sued them. So it sued them, I think, in 2021, but it only happened to take Apple to court in 2021 and then Google in this year. But I found it interesting because Epic is saying they are fighting for the developer. Are they? Are they really? Or are they just fighting for their potential profit? Because you can imagine, if I save 30% of all transactional fees, it really adds up, right? But anyway, let's dive into the details. Let's talk about it for a little bit. Let's get it. Just to clarify again, by transaction tax, I mean there's a small fee taken off by the billing service that you use, either Google Pay or Apple Pay, for every transaction. So let's say you're paying 20,000 Ugandan shillings or $5, and when it goes through Google Pay or Apple Pay, they take 30%, meaning they'll take $1.5 or 6,000 Ugandan shillings, and the rest goes to the intended recipient. And Epic says these are high taxes for developers and I'm going to fight for them. And so it did. It took Google and Apple to court, right? With Apple, it didn't necessarily go as planned. They lost very badly. They had to pay compensation because of breach of contract. Again, sign a contract to be paying a certain amount of money, you find a bypass, you're going to be taken, that's breach of contract. So they have to pay for the time that they were earning around Apple Pay, still while using the iOS service. But in this year, when they took Google to court, it was a different story. For one, it was a different court proceeding. They had to present to a jury, and the jury found that Google's methods, were looking a bit shady. For one, it showed that it was promising companies parts of the profits if they are exclusively on Google Play Store. Companies like Activision Blizzard to keep Call of Duty on the Play Store rather than making their own, or on any other store, or phone companies, be it Vivo, Oppo, Motorola, and all these others, from making their own stores and also for putting Google Play Store front and center. I think they could have their own stores, but theirs was front and center. The jury saw this and said, yeah, Google is in some shady stuff. So when the ruling is all done, Google has to, recalibrate. They gave it a long list of stuff to do, provide a different sort of billing service for developers. The good developers have the option to choose another billing service. And they had that over in play. It's called over user choice billing, but they are offered like a 4% discount. Like, I mean, a 4% reduction on the tax. What used to be 30% is now 26. It's not much of a difference. For Apple as well, they told them they should provide users, they should let users know that there are websites that have the services they need, either for a different price or the same price, but it's not strictly through Apple's services, you know? I feel like I understood that, like how you can buy a Microsoft key from a website, or you can buy PSN cards, Xbox cards, Nintendo cards to use in these consoles from MTC Game. I think that's how I understood it. I don't know if that's the case. But anyway, the companies are being taken to court. Court proceedings have been done, and obviously it's not over. It will continue, because I think Epic wants to take it to the Supreme Court. But then the question is Epic really fighting for the developer to remove the tax? Because in some statements it feels like it wants to remove the tax altogether. But they themselves in Epic Games Store have a tax, and it's around $12 to $15, right? And yes, the industry standard is around 30%. I mean, so not $12 to $15, 12 to 15%. But other industry leaders, Sony, Microsoft, Steam, charge 30%, right? But I feel like the only reason this is low is because Epic's not that big yet. And I'm not saying it's not a big company, because again, having Unreal Engine 5, Fortnite, I'm not saying game companies, but you know, Epic is a company, yes, but it also offers a store, the game store. What games are there? It's not that it doesn't have games, because it does have Last of Us, I think it has GTA 5. It does offer other kind of games on PC, whatever, but it's not popular as a store compared to Steam. Like when you're on PC, compared to Steam, really? You know, even Microsoft is not as popular as Steam, but it charges there because it has Xbox, it has Microsoft, so they're big in their own right. So Epic is down here, is my opinion, right? And obviously these industry grades might, I feel like they might make it worth your while. Why the 30%? They have algorithms to make sure your game is as profitable as possible, you know? But that's why I felt like it's just rent, you know? It's just rent. Also, it's not unheard of that a developer can reduce the tax. You know, you can renegotiate. I have seen for Google Pay, when you make a game or an app, for the first $1 million, you'll get a reduced tax rate. And then when you pass it, it will increase. And I'm sure they have the same policies elsewhere. I've read that Spotify and Netflix may not even pay that much tax or even tax at all. So I felt it was selfish, because it looked like Epic, because in the Google trial, Epic was not even targeting negotiations, like let's reduce the 30% for Epic. And Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic, in grand fashion, tweeted that he would put Fortnite on any serious store. You know, he had guidelines on how to, when he would put Fortnite on other different stores. But then he mentioned at the end, this 30% charge is about to come to an end, right? So it looks like he wants to negotiate or make the industry standard less than 30 or not. I am not sure. Another tweet, they were saying, even though Epic fights and makes developers have the choice of other billing services, be it PayPal, be it, okay, it's only PayPal that I know, but being any other billing services, those billing services have their fees as well. They might be less than Apple Pay or Google Pay, but you're not helping anyone. It's not really for the developer. It really looks like you're just fighting for your profit. Fundamentally, for a store to run, these tax deductions or these taxes keep it running. You know, this is the money they just take from all the transactions to keep the service going. And I'm sure that that's how the store, because again, how else does the store make money? I don't know, I have limited business knowledge, but if anyone knows, please let me know. I'm not saying it's the only way, because I know it can be ads. But who advertises in a store? I don't know. Maybe they're there. Also, Epic saying that, oh, they have a monopoly on the store. I'm like, okay, fine, we have many stores, right? One, Google is already popular. It's Android. It's from the same people who made the software that we're on. We might as well use it. And I feel like with many stores, be it app stores or game stores, that increases the amount of policies that you have to deal with as a developer. And each will be different, right? Maybe there is a one-time charge. Maybe there is a constant monthly fee. Maybe they tell you that you have to use a billing service of their choice. It's just much more cost effective to make your app for the most popular store. I feel like I have gone back and forth. I don't know if I have made sense or I have made it worse. It doesn't seem like Epic is fighting for the developer. Maybe when they say fighting for the developer, they mean Epic, but it's not for every developer. It also doesn't look like the judges or the court made them reduce their amount, because it's market value, you know? I feel like it's market standard, you know? From Steam to Microsoft to Sony to Google and Apple, 30%. Sure, we should be looking into maybe reduced, but anyway, I can't rant on this forever. I don't want to. But this is the last video of the year 2023. It has been a fun journey. I haven't posted as much as I want to, but I'm thankful for being able to post, for having stuff to talk about, for everything. I'm thankful for those who have watched, whether friends and family, you know, who don't want you to keep seeing the 0 views. I know my cousins, they're watching. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the comments. I'm grateful for the genuine views, and yeah, I pray everyone has a great end of year, a prosperous end of year. Like let's go to the beach, and a Merry Christmas, and let the next year be full of games, gameplay, full of fun things. You know, heck, we should have a LAN party. But I thank you all for watching, and God bless.